Leaders strive to leave a lasting legacy. Sometimes great accomplishments can be undone and forgotten, but few have left a legacy that has lasted longer than a Greek boy named Aristocles. Now, Aristocles is better known by a nickname that was given to him by his wrestling coach. Apparently, Aristocles was a pretty big kid, and his wrestling coach gave him a nickname to reflect his broad build. He was called Platon, and the nickname stuck, and he's known by this name even today, but not for his wrestling accomplishments. Most of us know Plato through the 36 books he left behind. These books preserve his opinions on ethics, government, and philosophy. But this chunky young wrestler left behind much more than a body of philosophical writing. Now, Plato fled Athens when his friend Socrates was tried and sentenced to death for corrupting the minds of youth. And while he was encouraged in politics, Plato realized that the politics of Athens left no room for a man of conscience. But he didn't quit. Plato founded one of the earliest institutions of higher learning known to Western civilization. His academy was dedicated to philosophy and science. Plato's academy was shut down nearly 900 years after it was founded. Its legacy shaped Western thought. Even the great mathematical work of the period came from the academy. These works contain geometry and are the influence of methods of logic and thinking today. Scholars of law in Plato's academy became advisors to the great, even Alexander the Great. The great philosopher Aristotle belonged to the academy. The academy was a wellspring for scientific, mathematical, and philosophical advances for over 2 centuries. So the influence of this chubby wrestler named Aristocles, who fled into exile after the death of his friend, has lasted over 200 years. His philosophy, his influence, and the institution he founded continued to shape our science, thinking, and government today. Leadership comes in many forms, and the basis of any great legacy is the good conscience and high ethical standards that Plato showed as a leader. So what's your legacy, and what's its foundation?